I had one. There you are. I was like, hmm, I wonder who wants to go live. I wonder who's going to join me.
I was coming, Coach
I was
Tiny.
like, where my girl at?
This Scorpio is right here. I'm trying to stay calm. It's Scorpio season.
So hard for you to be calm, isn't it? It's going to be,
It is.
oh man, I think it's going to,
I'm I'm completely in my energy. Hello, everybody.
yeah. So, are we going to wait a few minutes to let some other people join us? What do you think?
You can.
You think we should? Maybe,
Sure. What?
maybe they're scared.
Anything new? Anything new been happening that you want to talk about?
Girl, I don't know if IG is ready for what I want to talk about.
Well, we just got a lot of new great stuff coming up for everybody before the end of the year. You know, with the discovery letter and our experience class that we hope everybody would join. The link is in the bio for more information on getting more information with that. So, you know, it's Sunday. We're doing something new. If they don't catch us live, they catch us on a replay because, you know, that's how we work it out.
That's exactly right. Yeah.
Whenever you want to get ready.
I'm actually really excited about the discovery letter. I cannot wait and for our session. I've already been talking to some people and I'm excited about that. So yeah, it's gonna be a good.
You know I am. The discovery letter is your way of just ending the year that you're in and just projecting so many things that you want to do for yourself for the new year, and then the surprise of reading what all the things you accomplished and you didn't accomplish.
Well,
Man,
let's be.
it's just
That's what
it's just
I say for you. Let's be honest. You just want to open your letter. You want to.
Man, I've been looking at it all year, sitting on my dream board. Every day it's there. I don't even remember what I wrote myself, but I know it was fabulous.
Yeah, I feel the same way. Well, all right. Well, let's go ahead and get started, okay? You want to get started?
Sure.
All right. So let me say this. I want to welcome everyone, whether you're here with us now or you are watching the repeat of this, right? And so we're here to talk about healing a haunted mind. And I'm really excited about this because I had my own personal epiphany. And the great thing about doing this work that Coach Hunt and I do is um, we are growing and learning and we're sharing our wisdom and our knowledge and our skill set as we grow and learn. And so healing a haunted mind is talking about something that haunts us and that we just replay over and over, whether it's thought in our head or whether we repetitiously say, we tell every friend in our freaking playbook and our phone, and it's just it's just a haunting of some negative experience. So when we first thought about this, I knew immediately what I was going to talk about. Um, my divorce, and the reason that was so pivotal for me is because Coach Hunt knows this because she was one of the poor people that had to listen to this shit. That I would say probably for the first year and a half, I replayed over and over. Well, let me tell you what he did in 1987. No. But then in 1993, and it was over and over what he said, what he did. And it was so unproductive. It was so unproductive to just constantly relive these negative moments. On top of that, when I talked to people over and over about it, I was sharing my poison. I was sharing my poison negative experience over and over. And because guess what? I can't change him. But I spent a whole year talking about him. A waste of time. I volunteered to be in that haunted house. I volunteered because it was over. I was gone. So that was my biggest epiphany, and I vowed to never allow myself to be in that position again. So when huh?
No, I was gonna say, Coach Tony, I want to just put a pin right there. You said you volunteered for it. You left, you physically left,
Yes.
but your mind was caged in that haunted scenario
Yes.
over and over again. We think we have left situations, but we ain't really left our situation. Our body's in one place, but if our mind is still there, that's the main focus. We live from our mind, not from our body.
Right. This is true. This is very true. You're right.
So that's, you weren't really free or healed until you were able to get conversations of not him, but of yourself.
Absolutely.
But go ahead. Go ahead. Do you, boo. That just sparked something real quick.
I mean, that you're right. I wasn't truly free until I decided that I was done mentally, that I wanted to do something else, right? And
it was like you still was looking in the mirror.
Yeah.
I mean, not the mirror, a window on the other side. You were still peeking in and like, what's going on? Da, 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 da. And this is what happened. Da, 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 da. You outside the house, but you still peeking in.
Yeah.
You're not a trick or treat.
Oh, my God, you know, and it really is. Now looking back, it seems crazy. Then it just was, it was part of my process. But there are things that I could have done to shorten this process, to expedite, to be more efficient and healthy for myself and the people around me. But I'll talk about that later, because what I thought was interesting is that you also had an epiphany, I felt, as soon as we talked about the subject. So when we talk about healing a haunted mind, what was the first thing that came to your mind?
For me, it was just, for one, let me say, it was a long journey to accept who I am as a spiritual being. And the haunted mind part was being judged, being judged of what people would think of me because I'm woo-woo, you know, that I take things and know things and hear things and process things differently, that I would not share those giftings. You know, I would do it in professional settings when I coached and counseled other people in my profession, and they'd be like, well, how do you know? And da 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 da. And how do you? That's a good guess. How did you? Wow, I didn't ever think about that. It was those type of things where I just sat back and I'm not going to let anybody know what's really going on because I came into so many different types of family issues. My mother was spiritual, so to speak, or Muslim and one moment and Christian the next, and nothing the other day, you know, a Black Panther. Then my grandmother was Baptist and my daddy was atheist. And I'm like, this is a lot. Where do I fit? So I didn't want to disappoint anybody.
Right.
So I just chose to just not keep my mouth shut, pretty much. So that was my haunted scenario. For me, it was more mental. It was keeping those thoughts. Nope, don't share that. Nope, keep that to yourself. They're going to look at you crazy. They're going to say you crazy. They're going to say you this, or you're a devil worshiper. You're this, you're that, you're that. So that was my secret hauntings. You know, some hauntings you can hear and feel, and the other ones are secret. No one knows it but you.
Right.
And I was in that area when no one knew I was having those broken thoughts, those auto replays, as we call them now. Right. My OG time, it was a broken record. You just did, you know. So I freed myself of that. Now you get what you get, baby. You get this Scorpio 100%, the stinger and all.
Wow. So okay.
But you know, we both had to do that through reflecting, and realizing our authenticity to ourselves and showing up in the world of who we are by ourselves, regardless of what anybody said.
Yeah.
You know, I really respect that when we take the time to reflect on what we've been doing that didn't serve us, that we shift into a direction to project the lives that we do want. And this, most of the time, that means speaking your truth, because it's safe to speak. So speak your truth so you can have the freedom to go in the direction you want to go.
Absolutely. Well, and that's the power of creating a safe space, to have a friend, a colleague, to create a safe space so that you can reflect and reflect out loud. That's what you and I get to do. I know, you know, I feel bad when you got to listen to me crying. Well, I was crying, 2 weeks ago in the parking lot. But to have a safe space to be able to speak your truth and who you are, know you're not going to be judged, criticized, or they're not going to try to, you know, throw some holy water on you.
or commit me.
Or commit you, right? Exactly.
Right.
Yeah, so that's really,
give me a diagnosis that I don't need.
that's right. Right. That you rebuke.
That I rebuke in all the names. Jesus, Allah, angels, Mary, whoever, Buddha, my ancient ancestors, my indigenous people. It didn't matter. I'm going to rebuke that.
All of them. So,
So what about your lessons learned? What is the biggest lesson? What are some of those lessons?
okay, I would say some of my biggest lessons were one, that I'm an auditory learner, right? And so I need to say things out loud. When I hear myself say, you're like, oh, like you don't even have to say anything, but let me say it out loud so I can hear it. So I do need to talk things out, right? But if I speak and if I talk to you about it and I talk to my other girl about it and I have no resolve, then I know I need to go talk to a professional, right? I've had 2 conversations and I'm not able to rectify it or come up with new strategies, then I need to speak with a professional. And that's what I mean about expediting a process, right? Putting a limit on the number of times and the length of time in which I discuss the issue. And the other thing is that when I discuss the issue, discussing it from what is my role in this? What can I do to make this better? Because as long as I kept talking about my ex-husband, what he did, the situation is never going to change because all the responsibility is on him, right? If I wanted a happy life, I had to proclaim responsibility. So I had to point the finger at myself. So that was my other one, So I'm auditory learner. Talk to my girlfriends. Get some therapy when that shit don't work from talking to your friends. Because you don't want to poison your friend, right? Put a timer on that shit. Time is up. Go to a professional. And it helped me to create better boundaries for myself, for others around me. Being a better listener and being a better listener, a better friend. I mean, just in general, it's such a huge epiphany for me. So every time a situation happens, not saying I always take actions, but now it makes me stop and think, what was my role? What could I have done better? And so that I'm thankful for that, and I frequently thank my sisters and people like you who listen to that shit and you still like me. Thank you, Coach. I be like, because when I be listening to other people's stuff, I'm like, leave, stop. No, that's what I'm thinking. I don't say that, but I appreciate the patience, the loving, kind patience of my circle of support. One of them being you. So, yeah. So, what about you? What were some of your biggest lessons?
Well, I thank you for that compliment. I appreciate that. That's one of my empathic powers. That's what makes me highly sensitive.
Yes.
That's what sociology says. I'm highly sensitive. Psychology says that I'm empathic, both with the heart, with emotions, and empathic with the mind. And my people say, I got the spiritual gift. I'm psychic, or I have an intuitive knowing of something. So when I can hear the energy from you and feel the energy from you, then I know that it's my moment to just be quiet and observe and listen and become the healer that I know that I am. Now that I looked at me and said, like you said, reflected and said, I'm going to be who I need to be and show up in this world the way I know that I'm supposed to show up, because suppressing that doesn't benefit me. It doesn't grow me, and it doesn't benefit the people around me. If I'm hurting, like they say, hurt people, then the stinger is going to be out, and I'm going to try to get everybody. Or the stinger is going to be within, which is even worse. And then I think I'm crazy.
Yeah.
Not going to cry, because you guys know I'm the crier over here. I'm not going to be suicidal. I'm not going to say I'm crazy. Those haunted memories and mindsets and intrusive thoughts will not override who I am. So I had to heal myself.
That's right.
If I wanted to live, I had to accept that what I believe and what I needed to believe was good for me, then there's no bad things that was going to happen. You know, if I want to light a candle and pray, like spiritually or Christiany, you know, like the Catholics, and I'm gonna light a candle, god darn it. I'm gonna light a candle if I need some incense or some sage. If I'm gonna read an affirmation or read the Bible scriptures, a parable or proverb, or flip an oracle card. To me, it's all the same. It's guided information, and I'm using my gut, which is God's universal truth. That's my acronym for myself. Use my gut intuition, God's universal truth that is speaking to me and moving forward. So that's my healing. It took everything in me. I'm going to meditate. I'm going to pray. I'm going to do all the things, and I'm going to take whatever I need to take to be happy, to be whole, to be healed, and to be at a vibration where other people are attracted to me for that person, for that reason, and for me being the person that I want to be and need to be authentically.
I'm talking about. That's
Ooh, Lord Jesus. See, I was gonna cry, but I'm good now. I'm good, Coach Tanya. I'm good.
Well, speaking of empath, before you share your lessons, can I share how your skills of being an empath, of feeling, of knowing impacted? That was our first real interaction with the divorce. So remember, so we had just started working together, and I hadn't told anyone I was leaving my husband the following Monday. Nobody knew. It was big secret. And you and I had only known each other for maybe 3 days. Didn't really talk other than, hey, how are you? And I'm walking to the parking lot thinking, oh my gosh, the next time I see these people, we're gonna have left my husband after 24 years and 11 months, right? And I was, and we got in the parking lot, and you said, are you okay? And oh my God, I don't even know how I got in my car, because I believe I melted and fell apart in 5,000 pieces. Right? And how did you know? But and it was how you said it, because you knew that there was something going on with me. You knew that there was something wrong. And that relieved so much pressure for me, because I felt weird holding in that secret, that energy. And it was a nice release. So when I did the do on that Monday and I left, it helped me to be very calm, because I had released that pressure. So your gift was our first real interaction, you know. So tell me some of your lessons from discovering this about yourself, or being freed of this.
Yeah, the major lessons definitely is just owning who I am and being that for the people that I come in contact with. Sometimes, which my daughter hates, it may just be at the store, you know. I walk past somebody and I feel a certain way, and I get that that nudge in spirit.
Not at Kroger.
Well, you know, sometimes sometimes it's just a smile, or how you doing, or you're beautiful, or you're blessed, or this and that. And I've had people stop and have conversations with me, you know, just looking at a product. And sometimes I just have to say, this was what I was supposed to do today,
right?
You know. And I've been on the receiving end, you know. A stranger just come to me and say, you know, give me a good word or pay it forward. And I'm like, oh, Spirit is blessing me. Thank you. I'm going to pay it forward as well. I gave a complete stranger today $5 Cash App, because she said something wonderful, and she just happened to have her Cash App, you know, pinned on a live. I just happened to just click on it, you know, and I was like, oh, the Lord is telling me, you know, to give her $5. You never know.
That's right.
Where her financial situation is. That $5 maybe took her some lunch for her baby. You know, she had a cute little girl, and yeah, it's freeing, like you said. I'm no longer in the closet in a haunted house trying to cover up all my secrets. I'm open. My windows are open, and I'm letting the energy flow in and out as it needs to be. Everybody needs to do that physically and spiritually.
There you go. There you go. All right. So were those your...
Now, I know you guys who's watching this on the replay, I know you guys got some haunted memories that you keep going through and talking about and telling people and you really want to be free from that story, there's a freebie in our bio link. Get that freebie. Click it, download it. Start your journey today.
Feeling a haunted mind.
Start your journey today.
Feeling a haunted mind, yep.
Any lessons for you? Any more lessons?
Also,
Coach.
You know what? Actually,
go ahead, Coach Tana.
Was I created boundaries about my self-talk as well. What I said to myself. I used to, I thought that when people talked about self-talk and what's in your head, I thought that was just some BS, just some spiritual mumbo jumbo, and until I did my first discovery letter, right? And I read the words I said to myself. I read the words that I usually just say in my head. And it was the most powerful experience. It was incredible. It was different from writing in my journal. I was writing an intentional letter to myself. And so that moment it clicked with me that the words that I say to myself are really important. So I've also changed what I say to myself and even about others. I mean, I'm a human, I have my moments, but I really do have boundaries about what I will think and say to myself or about myself.
I mean, the Bible said it, in other places and other books, spiritual books says, life and death are in the power of the tongue.
Right.
We create by the words from our mouth because our breath is spirit. Our breath is life. That's what give us life. If we have no breath, we have nothing here.
Right. That's right.
We have nothing. Nothing. Zero. We have transmuted out of this body and somewhere else. So how we speak to ourselves and speak to each other is will manifest our world, but one of the great things too is that whatever you speak to yourself, even in your mind, you're manifesting it in your body. And that's why eventually it comes out your mouth.
That's a whole nother Instagram live. But that's really powerful though. You're absolutely right. All of those thoughts that are in our mind, that we obsess over, we lay in bed obsessing over at night, right? Or in the morning or whatever, they have a physical impact on our body, right? So yeah, that's powerful. What about you? Any other lessons you learned?
Me, I'm a love person. Give you, the lesson is just continually unconditionally love myself and the changes that continue to be within my life.
There you go.
I will never be the person I was yesterday, last year, last month, last decade.
Right.
I'm always evolving and changing. And when we try to hold on to what we used to be, instead of accepting who we are and looking forward to what we're becoming, then that's also a cage mindset, a haunted mindset. And so to heal yourself from that, 100% acceptance of where you are in this moment is the best thing for us.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, so tell me again, what is it that we're giving away for free?
We're giving away a free one-pager with some cute little questions on there. This is going to take you through a 3-step journey about, identifying and reflecting on what memory or what thought processes and story you keep telling yourself or someone else, and you want to heal from it. If you keep saying this person, that person, without looking at yourself, or even a story within yourself, I can't do this, or I can't do that, or I'm this, or I'm ugly, or I'm whatever, and you want to release yourself from that negative haunted thought, then go ahead and go to our link in our bio, download that one-pager for free, and just take the time to really process those thoughts. And you can always reach back out to Coach Chani or myself in a comment or a DM, and we'll help you walk through the process a little deeper. And if you really, really want to go deep for 2022, the discovery letter.
Yep.
It's also a link in the bio. You can sign up so you can be a part of that Zoom experience because it's going to be phenomenal. We're going to give away gifts and everything, but it will change your life. At the end of 2022, when you read what you wrote to yourself about who you are and where you want to go, and it manifests like that, you'll never go back. You'll never, ever go back.
Like with Black. I mean, that's what they say. That's what they say.
That's what they say. You know, that's what they say. So, you know, if you're watching this and you have a friend, go ahead and tag them in this video. Save this video for later, because, you know, we drop some nuggets on you guys. We drop some nuggets. And hit that link in the bio, DM us. We're here for you. It's safe to speak over here. And we got your back. We got your healing. You know, we don't want to, we're co-coaches.
That's right.
You got dualities here.
Right. That's right. That's right. And we would love if you want to share a haunted mind story with us, whether it's yours or someone else who maybe had some haunted mind that you had to run from. We would love to hear your story. So please share with us. And thank you for stopping by. Check out some of our other content. We got some good stuff, guys.
Awesome. Love you. Happy Sunday, you guys. Be good.
Thanks. Bye.